Hello and welcome. My name's Kathy A, and today I thought I would do my February faves and flops. And of course there's banging, knocking, my neighbor's upstairs, which I am going to report, I think, at this point. It's just crazy. It's like a New York construction site, and I live in a rural Connecticut town. Anyway, today is my birthday, and I thought I would celebrate by sharing it with you and showing you some products that over the month I've enjoyed or not so much. And I think what I'm going to do is start it, and I'm 66 today, by the way. It's just a number that I would never have imagined I would be this old. And, you know, as a younger person, you don't even think about these days at all. So you take all those risks, and you get sunburns, and you take the drugs, and you know. Anyway, yeah, it's interesting, because I'm still looking out through those eyes of a 30-year-old or a 25-year-old. I still look at life through those younger eyes, but my body somehow is caught up to the 66 thing, definitely. Oh, okay. All right, let's start off with some household stuff, and this is fun. I think I talked about these before. These are laundry detergent sheets, and basically, you know, the little pods that you get from Tide and even liquid detergent, basically the detergent aspect of those things can be summed up as this. This dissolve turns into like the same amount of detergent as one of those pods, or, you know, the liquid detergent you would throw into your wash. What I do is I rip this into 4 pieces, wrap it around in my washing machine, and then just start it up, and it dissolves these, and they clean so, and they smell nice, but they clean so well. And they're sheets, and this is like, this saves on the plastic, you know, non-earth friendly materials. This is a clean wash, and you know, I'm picky, and it's a clean wash. Jeans, everything, road dirt. A lot of my jeans drag, and in the snow and mud, they're really, you know, crusty on the bottom, you know, like, you know, my heels. So the laundry sheets work really well, and I'll link these below because they're really cheap. There's 50 sheets in here, and it's 100 washes. A sheet actually is like this, and if you've got a really large load, you can put these 2 in, but if you have a regular load, half a sheet is fine. So this is actually 100 washes worth if you just do a medium kind of load. So this is just a really neat thing, and I'm becoming a little bit more earth aware because, you know, we're kind of a selfish generation in that we're really just thinking about our own comfort. We have a lot of disposable stuff, a lot of plastic stuff, and I think that that's, you know, not a good way to go. We're not thinking about the future at all, just our own lives. And you know, we're a community of people, and we have to think about future generations. And speaking of laundry, these balls, these wool balls, these are woolen dryer balls, and I know you've probably seen them. This is a pack of 3. I think it's like, I don't know, $6 or something. But you know, throw these into your laundry, and they beat around in your laundry, and they take that static cling out, and they also dry your laundry 25% faster. So it's a really good thing. Talk about green. But what's really neat is what I did, and I just added a few drops of essential oil to the wool balls. I used rose for my daytime clothes, and I have lavender scented balls for my sheets and blankets, so that I have a little bit of a light. It's not overpowering, it's very subtle, but just a few drops. Don't saturate them in the essential oil, and use an organic essential oil. Don't use like something cheap from Dollar Tree or something. Just get a nice quality essential oil in a scent that you like, and it'll be, you know, a lot of people use those dryer sheets for the scent. They want the scent in their clothes, and those scents are not very good for you, and they're not good for the environment. Dryer sheets in general are not good for the environment, so you're going to want to put like an essential oil, just a few drops on here. I'll just demonstrate. And you know, your clothes come out smelling nice, not overly perfumed. I mean, you're not going to knock anybody over or think they're in a garden center. It's just really nice. And I think, you know, getting something like this, again, it levels up your laundry and your awareness of the environment and the world. And I think that's a really good thing to do. You're going to love this one. How many of you have a Swifter? You know, the Swifters, they have, you know, you wipe mop on the floor, or they have the wet ones and the dry ones. Well, I want to show you something really cool. So this is your Swifter, and of course you have to go and buy refills when you use these. And these only last maybe 1 or 2 small floors, or 1 kitchen floor maybe, not even the whole thing. If it's dirty, like with tracking in stuff and everything from the outside, it's dirty. Well, you can just go over to the Dollar Tree and buy yourself a sock, pair of socks. And you're going to wrap that sock right around your Swifter. And you can use this just like a dry Swifter. You can spray stuff on the floor and go over it, and you've got a spare when you're washing this one. It's just an awesome idea. I saw it on somebody else's channel, and they were an organizing channel. And you know what's nice about this is I have one sock. You know how the socks crawl away, and like I use a public washing machine, and a lot of times when I'm loading stuff into the machine or taking it out to put it in the dryer, it falls behind the washer or dryer and I don't even see it. So then I wind up with one sock. So this is the perfect way to use up your stray socks. So isn't that cool? Oh, it goes on, it comes off real easy. It's just, actually it's easier to put on than the actual, you know, cloth things that they give you. And they are, of course, filling up the dumps, the landfills, and they're so wasteful. When you can just do this and hand wash it or wash it in the washing machine after you're done with it, and keep reusing it. And you've got a spare here to use while this is in the laundry. So I think it's a great idea, the Swifter. For eye primers, I rediscovered an old friend, and what I'd done, I'd gone on my computer and I said, you know, I did the chatbot thing. It's an app you can talk and they answer your questions. Well, you get 16 free questions. So I said, what's the best eye primer for somebody who's 66 with dry, wrinkled lids? And this is what they recommended. The Too Faced Shadow Insurance. And I forgot how much I liked that. You know, a lot of us went off from Too Faced back when they did that Rich Lives Matter campaign, which I thought was really in bad taste. They did a lot of things in bad taste, but that one was particularly bad. And you know, they are Estee Lauder, so it's Estee Lauder's version of Too Faced. You know, Jared left years ago, and he was creative director up to a couple of years ago, and he left there, and then he started his own company, Polite Society. So Jared's not involved with this anymore, and all of the creativity and everything has gone so downhill, and the quality's gone downhill. And I'm really surprised, because Estee Lauder is, you know, considered a higher end brand, but this is their one of their junk brands, sub brands. And there's only a few things from Too Faced I like. I love this, and I like their chocolate bronzer. I don't have one right now, because again, I wasn't buying Too Faced because I was mad about the rich girl thing. So, but this Shadow Insurance, really, really good. Really, really nice. It holds my eyeshadow all day. And I can tell you that it really makes a difference when you don't use an eye primer and you put the same shadow on. It doesn't last. It disappears, or it smears, or it just, you know, muddies all together. It doesn't look as nice. So using a shadow primer like this is good. Now, if you don't have the budget for Too Faced, the Wet n Wild one has been equally as pleasing. I've been kind of rotating the two of these this month. For a face primer, I've been using this. Somebody said they were using camellia oil. It might have been Jen Phelps, might have been somebody like that, that said they liked the camellia oil, and I did buy some. I just pour a few drops in and I press it into my face, and it makes a really nice, it moisturizes, that little extra moisture we need, especially in the winter time. And it's supposed to have skin properties to it. You know me and my castor oil. I'm still using the castor oil, and I'm still checking here. The Eye of Horus is faded so much you can hardly see it now. Anyway, the camellia oil, I think it's been working really nicely for that added extra moisturizer. I have not had the luck with the concealers. The new one from Sephora, the Best Ever Glow Concealer, it's very thin. I didn't think it worked very well. I think it brightened just a little bit, but there was no coverage. I'm probably going to return this. This is the Best Skin Ever from Sephora, and this is shade 20. They only had 2 shades at my Sephora. There was 13 and there was 20, and this was 20. It was just slightly darker, and actually it's a little bit light. Let me just show you. That's 20. So let me just... So you get brightening, but it really doesn't help if you have dark circles or a discoloration. You're still going to need like a color corrector type of thing, like the pink NYX sticks. I'm still on the fence about this because it works well for some things and not underneath the eyes, and definitely not, you know, with wrinkles and things. It doesn't work with wrinkles. It's really meant for young people with perfect skin or normal skin or oily skin, because I think it tends to dry. It tends to look a little dry. I even tried to use it on the underneath my eyebrows, and it just smeared like little flaky looking things. So it's like a crayon. I was watching Nikki LaRose, and God bless her, she bought all the foundations available at Sephora, and she just reviewed them. It was a 4-hour video. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but you definitely should watch it. She went over every single foundation and rated it on certain points. You know, who the best person for it would be, how it reacted. The only thing she didn't do was test it during the day. How long did it last? And to me, that's a really important aspect about foundations. How long do they last before they break down? How long do they last before they go into the lines, or you don't see them anymore, or that your skin's showing? So that's the only part of that long video that I didn't think worked for me. But I loved hearing the differences about the different foundations, and she was quite fond of several of them. She didn't talk about the one that I was interested in, which was the new one from Makeup Forever, the HD foundation, the glow one. I'm going to actually try that myself, so I'll be able to give you my own opinion on that with wear tests, you know, at work and everything. But she did mention, like, she still loved the Estee Lauder Double Wear, and I thought, oh God, you know, that's not something somebody with dry skin can wear. And she's going, well, you can wear it if you have dry skin if you mix it with this. I thought, well, that's an interesting concept. I mean, we always thought we could add a drop of oil or, you know, something, but none of us really do that. I mean, do you do that? So I don't like to be a chemist in the morning, especially in the morning when I'm getting ready. I just want to pour it out, put it on my face, and go. You know, I don't want to like have to mix a 1/4 spoon of that and a half of this and a color corrector underneath and all that. I don't want to do all that stuff. I just want to put the makeup on and have it look nice. And so when she said this, I thought, well, maybe I can do this. I'll put it in, you know, like on a tray. I'll put a little foundation. I'll put a little of this. I'll mix them together and put it on and see what happens. So she still thinks that Estee Lauder Double Wear is the best one. So I'm just using MAXX Studio with this today. This is the Radiance, which didn't really need it, but it actually did a pretty good job at giving my skin a very dewy look for the middle of winter. And it's 24 degrees outside today. Getting my car oil change so that they'll do the 11-point check, because all my lights came on when I was driving home the other night, and you know, the warning lights, you know, that come on. I was like, There's a liver-shaped one, and a, cars, and then a low tire pressure, and a steering something, and an exclamation point, and I was like, oh my god. So anyway, I'm gonna take it today as part of my birthday celebration. I get to sit in the oil change place, and they do that 11-point check, and they'll figure out, if there's something really wrong. Moira has been my powder this month. I really like this. This is the one that has 3 colors in it, but they all blob into each other, and when you pour them out, it's just the same color smoke. It's very, very finely milled. It's very blurring, really, really nice. But this is really nice, this Moira, and people have compared it with far more expensive products, and I think the Moira is excellent. And it's got like a tan, a white, and a yellow powder, and then they all mix together and just go on. But I mean, if you press it in nicely, it really works well. This is pretty much my favorite powder right now. I still like this. This is from the Dollar Tree thing that I did last month. When I went in and I bought all kinds of stuff from Dollar Tree. This is the the Candy Moyo BB Beauty Cream. This is the light one. This is a perfect shade for me. They have a medium and then they have a deep. There's 3 colors. Pick the one you're closest to. It's pretty forgiving. I would say this would cover a range of maybe 3 shades. The medium's a little bit deeper. That's a summer tan shade. Those with medium to medium deep skin tones can wear that medium. And then deep, not quite as deep as a really deep skinned person would be able to tolerate, but maybe if you added some darker eyeshadow to it or something, you could, doctor it up. But for $1.25, I think it's a pretty good, cheap foundation, and this works really nicely. I'm keeping it in my collection, and a lot of that other Dollar Tree stuff it went to my neighbors down in the mailroom, and this stayed. When I was traipsing through TJ Maxx, I found it was $3.99, and it's ZARA. ZARA, the ones that make the clothes. It's their makeup. This is a tinted moisturizer. Yeah, W903. Really cool packaging. It's like crooked, and then the jar's crooked in it. I thought it was neat. Now, when you look at it, it's very watery, runny. It immediately goes into all the lines, and it leaves little shreds of whatever makeup shreds are. It's terrible on the skin. It doesn't last, and it oxidized up. So I looked absolutely horrific at work. It was terrible. It was so embarrassing. Between the big teeth day and this, I've had a bad week at work. So the ZARA makeup did not work for me, and I noticed they have other ZARA makeup items. So I don't think the quality's there, but the packaging sure is cool. But don't let it fool you. Even at $3.99, I would never pay this. I would never get this again. I'm still using the Wet n Wild Rose Setting Spray. It's so pretty. It's so nice. It's pleasant to use, and I guess it's helping my makeup last. I don't know. I'm sure it is. But it's very nice, very pleasant. This I found at TJ Maxx, and I was intrigued by it because I saw somebody using it, and they were going like this with a foundation with this brush. And I had to use it all week. I had to try it. I had to wash it a couple of times and see it washes well, it dries well, it's soft, it holds its shape, and you can actually make it denser by holding it, and it works really nicely to get into all the nooks and crannies. You can use it as a powder. I used it with a cream just to see if it would work. And this is from TJ Maxx. It is called the Kabuki brush. Well, I guess it is a kabuki brush per se, but it reminds me a little of those really dense ones we used to love back in, 2016, 2015, when we had those spoon brushes that took like a week and a half to dry after you wash them. This dried overnight, no problem. And it distributes the makeup so nicely. I mean, if you have a blush, a powder, anything, this is a really nice little thing. And I noticed they had a variety of colors. It comes in a box like this, a variety of colors, and it was $4.99. I do like the Revolution still, the Revolution bronzer, and this is the Ultimate Cream Bronzer in Light. It looks very dark. I've got it on today. It doesn't transfer as dark on your skin, but it's a very nice it's a cream bronzer, and I set it with my Wet n Wild contour powder, this darker one. I just set it with that, and these two work together so well. For blushes, the Wet n Wild one has been working really well. These are the new cheek and lip colors from Wet n Wild. I did not like it on the lips, but the cheek was really nice. This is Rosy Romance, and this is Wet n Wild Mega Glow Lip and Cheek Color. It is a very, I've got it on today. It's manageable. You can put it on your cheeks, both of them, and then go back and work it in with your brush. I think it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. This particular color, definitely. That's my phone that's barking. Everybody, I'm getting like happy birthday like messages. That's cute, huh? It's so sweet. It's nice to have friends. Okay, the other blush I'm loving, and I'm going to go back and get another color. This is the REM Beauty, and this is the blush and lip. This is the cheek and lip blush. It works well in both capacities. Let me just show you. Isn't that neat? It works in both capacities. I've never had a product that says it's lip and cheek that worked well in both places, but this one does. And I'm going to get another one. This shade is called Audition, and I'm going to see if I can get a lighter shade and see what that, what that does. I'm really loving it. It lasts like a regular lipstick. You saw what I did. I just put it on there. Great stuff. REM Beauty. And I'm just really, really happy with that. For highlighters, this month, I just love this Marilyn Monroe one from Wet n Wild. You can still get it on Amazon. I'll link it below. It is just a gorgeous highlighter shade. This is that airbrushed thing. I told you it just looks so pretty, like somebody's oil painting you. Love it, love it. That shade is just Peachy Pink. It's called Peachy Pink, and it is a highlight from the Marilyn Monroe collection, which came out for the holidays. I think it's a limited edition, but they still have it on Amazon. I would definitely recommend picking this up because it's just gorgeous. It's really leveled up my makeup collection. And of course, I'm still using the e.l.f. Halo Glow. This is the one that's supposed to be like Charlotte Tilbury. Boy, she got into a mess this month, huh? With that, well, the whole thing that she did with this ad about the who stole the lipsticks thing, and personally, I can't stand watching Michaela. I don't like the way she speaks. I don't like the lying, and so I was cringing, through a lot of those. They were showing all of the influencers that got sent this giant lipstick that was supposed to be full of lip liners and lipsticks, the new collection, and all the lipsticks were missing. And then at the end you see that Charlotte Tilbury herself is the one, and she has 2 evidence bags, like from a crime scene, and they're full of e.l.f. products. And her friend, did anyone else see that they were full of, and she's going, my DNA is unique. You can't copy my DNA. And she was really saying to e.l.f., who had just put out that stupid long 15-minute commercial about who stole my makeup, she was obviously parodying that. I mean, it was very obvious to me what was going on there. You know, if you're a brand owner and you've spent a long time creating a product and you've got it formulated just right, and then some other smaller company copies what you did and then uses cheaper ingredients and creates something that looks something like it, and they sell more of that, I would feel resentful too. So I understand why Charlotte Tilbury did that. I understand, and I kind of, you know, I'm all for it. You know, I do feel her products are a little overpriced, you know, and she's a really good marketer. Her brand is strong, you know. I don't dislike her. I just dislike the price points and the hype around some of the products. She has hit or miss products. I like a lot of her stuff. I still have a lipstick from her. I like setting powder. What have I got here? I think it's Balm Dance Hall Princess or something, or one of them. JD Magic. Yeah. Well, now I don't really want to support JD because of the anti-gay thing. So, okay. Well, anyway, I just think that Charlotte Tilbury shouldn't be the villain here. The villain here is e.l.f. Cosmetics. You know, and NYX. You know, they're copying famous formulas that they didn't create. You know, and part of the creation process is pretty important in a product line. So if you spend all this time in your science and you're paying all these scientists and everybody to formulate things and you get it all done, and then some drugstore company analyzes what you have and they get kind of the basics and they pick out some of the formulation and they create something similar, and they steal it from you. It's almost like copyright infringement, you know? I feel really bad. I do. I feel bad, but what am I going to buy at the end of the day? The cheaper one. But, yeah. I thought I would say that, sort of a dichotomy the way I said it, but... So speaking of duping high-end products, at Dollar Tree they have this clean line Tower 28. For $1.25 you get blushes, cream blushes. Talk about copying a formula, just like Tower 28's without the mold. But you know what, there aren't a lot of colors. There's like 3 colors. I got 2 of them. One of them is Day in the Sun and the other one is Late Night. On the skin they look almost identical. But it's $1.25. Come on, you know. So let's just show you these. These are Tower 28 dupes, and they're pretty close. Vivian Tries is one of my favorite channels here on YouTube, and she tries Dollar Tree stuff and compares it to the original or the higher end version of it, and she's so good. She's funny. She's good. I'm jealous of how good she is. And I will link her channel below because she talked about these and got me to go and get them. So in the pan they look like they would look very different. But on the cheeks they look pretty much the same. See, on the skin there's very little difference with these two. One's more pinky and one's more peachy. But in the pan they look much darker. So that's Day in the Sun, that's the reddish looking one, but that's what it looks like on. And then this one is Late Night. This looks very deep, but it's a peachy color. So these two are excellent. They are Tower 28 dupes. She did it next to the Tower 28 itself, and she said they felt exactly the same, and I'm sure they wore exactly the same. These are the lip jellies, and again, duping. I have Nude and I have Sandy, and Sandy is just such a pretty color on. These are very hydrating. They are they dupe the actual packaging of the Tower 28. And let me just take off the REM. Let me just put this on. And there is a wafting of Hershey's Kisses chocolate. Really good for a girl on a diet. Hey, I lost 6 pounds in 3 weeks. That's not a lot. I mean, I used to skip breakfast and lose 2 pounds when I was younger, but now it's like, it takes like a month to lose 2 pounds, but I lost 6 pounds. And I can feel it. It's funny, I can feel my clothes being a little looser. Giving up the sugar, well, I still have sugar. I mean, it's still there. And it's in alcohol, too. This is Sandy. Isn't it pretty? I like it. I think these two are really nice. I'm really surprised. I think if you're kind of squeamish about getting stuff at Dollar Tree for makeup, these are nice. These are really nice. This is the lipstick, and it's in the color nude. I hate when they call something nude. Nude to who? I think they're having a boxing match upstairs. I'm not sure. They were having road races for children earlier up there. You know, I've been living in this place for a couple of years, and 2 different sets of neighbors have moved in and out upstairs. These have been the noisiest neighbors. OMG. And it's a condo complex, so a lot of these people own their condos, and some of us rent. You know, I rent the condo, so anyway. This is Clean Beauty Nude. This is Be Pure is the brand here. That's one of their usual brands. Really, really nice. Again, you don't have a lot of selection on the colors, but it's duping Tower 28. Come on. And it's infused with all the same stuff, you know, it's got all the same vitamins and minerals and stuff in it, and hyaluronic acid and all that stuff. It could very well be bottled in the same factory, you never know. So, let me put this one on. This is the lipstick in Nude. When they were tearing out the floors, the carpet, and tearing up the floors, and putting in hardwood floors, I thought they were going to come through the ceiling. Oh, anyway, sorry. I don't like to watch videos where people talk about the outside noise all the time. Like, sorry, they're pruning the trees next door, you know, and it's like, I don't like to hear that, but I just, you know, you can't help but hear these booming and banging. And there was one of my videos where they were playing that game that they have, and they were running across the ceiling, and they had this loud booming and roaring sound, which was from their video game. I think Dad plays the video game, the kid runs, and the mother bangs on the stove all the time, or drops things all the time. Somebody drops things all the time. So this is Nude. It's kind of a cream formula. It's not shiny, it's very healthy, it feels good on the lips, and it is clean formula without the mold. Sorry, Tower 28. Now this one, this is one of those products. It's a clean formula foundation. I have the sand, I think it's Sand Shade, or is this Nude again? Nude again. Nude if you're a white girl. Yeah, it's Nude if you're a white girl. This is more medium nude. And if you have dry skin or normal to dry skin, it's not good for you. It does dry down quickly when you put it on. There's only a couple shades. You can color correct them. Let me just pour it on here. It's very serum-y. It seems to be a much higher end product than what you would expect at the Dollar Tree. So it just will dry down immediately. It gives a natural finish. If you have normal to oily skin or oily skin, this is your girl. This is definitely your girl. Yeah. So it works on people that don't have really dry skin. As far as I was concerned, it went into my lines and it was a little dry clean to any dry patches I had. And I can use a blue color corrector or a white to lighten it up. You can really change and alter any foundation using color correctors in light and dark. So, you know, don't let that be the excuse not to get it, because it's worth trying. There seemed to be a deeper shade of this too. So I think there's only the 2 shades that I saw. And this was closest to my skin tone, so nude. Yeah. So the clean line at Dollar Tree, okay. Okay. And I gotta bring this up. The Chic, Sassy and Chic. This is the black beauty blender. It works so well. It actually holds together better than my Real Beauty blender does. My Real Beauty blender, when I'm cleaning it and stuff, can get little cracks and stuff in it. This has held up through, I think, 6 washings so far. You can apply your cream products with this. You can dip it into powder and use it for powder. I love this. This is really nice, and it's the Sassy and Chic Beauty blender, the black one. Real chic, huh? Ooh. Yeah. For $1.25. The other thing worth mentioning at Dollar Tree, I think that was everything. Yeah. These LA Color trios are a higher class than any of the LA Colors lip. And I have now, this one is Tumbleweed. This one has some really pretty shadows in it. Each one has at least one shadow in it that I find extremely beautiful. Let me just show you these 3. This is Tumbleweed. Can you see that? So pretty. And it's very pigmented. I mean, I don't know, they sent them somewhere else. I don't know. They got them from somewhere else, but they have factories in Mexico, in Italy, and in China, and in America. So California could have made these, Italy could have made these. These just feel too good to be, you know, the usual Chinese junk, you know, the Chinese junk that makes everything. Now this one, this shade, I love this shade. Look at that. Let me just, I just put it over the top of the other one, but look at that. This is the Water Lily one. Yeah. And then this one has a beautiful gray in it that goes with a little slight blue tone to it. And this one is called Moonflower. And break your nail getting these open. Let me use this finger to show you this gray. And I'll just put it there. It's so pretty on. It doesn't do it justice putting it on my arm. And then this one is the deeper gray. And then this is the white, which is not a pure white. It actually has cool tones blended into it. So these 3 palettes, definitely worth checking out at the Dollar Tree. So I think that's all I'm going to talk about with the Dollar Tree, I think. No, there's one more. This IONI. IONI, this is the pencil eyeliner. I have it in my tightline. And it's the best tightlining eyeliner I've ever used. Okay? Go figure. And I have, you know, I have the L'Oreal one. I tried the higher end one. It's nice. It stays all day. It's waxy. It's waxy, so it holds the color up in there. So it's not going to transfer down to your lower lash line. This is really nice. The IONI eyeliner. Look how beautiful and deep that is. So for underneath your lash line, it really extends your lashes, so it gives you that extra body without taking the real estate up on your lid, and I really like that. I have to talk about this because it's what I'm wearing on my eyes today. This is the only way I will buy Pat McGrath is at TJ Maxx. This was $12.99. This is an eye palette. This is Pat McGrath in Midnight Voyage. And this was $12.99, and I am absolutely in love with this absolutely beautiful palette I mean, no matter what color you dip into, I think if you use your fingers with the shimmers, I think they go on more pigmented and beautiful. There's no like glitter fallout, anything like that with this particular palette. You can make a cohesive eye look with just this palette, and the formulation is outstanding. And again, this is the only way I'm going to buy a Pat McGrath palette is if it's at TJ Maxx, and it was $12.99. I will not pay Pat McGrath prices, especially lately. She's been, you know, repackaging old motherships and putting them under the guise of being new products, and to me that's a deception I don't need to live with. I'm not going to support her brands, just not. But if you go into TJ Maxx, this is there right now. It's hanging up. It's one of the hanging up. So look for it. This is just well worth it. Holy cow, $12.99. St. Patty's Day is coming up, and I always wear green on St. Patty's Day. I don't know what, we allow that, you know, just to depict Irish people as drunk, orange-haired people who wear green and eat cabbage and corned beef. And when I was in Ireland, they were quite confused about Americans celebrating the day that way, because it's not a common meal for them. Anyway, I got the Sage the Day palette, which is very, very green oriented. It's got some beautiful green shades in it and other complementary shades. And I dip into this. It's not one eye look from this, but I can dip into this for some individual colors that I think work really nicely. There's actually only a couple of greens in here. I was really surprised at the lack of greens. Although like these two up top here do transfer as a light shimmer green or a light matte green. There is this green, and then this down here is a duochrome, which, you know, it's green to purple or green to brown. It's that one that was in, you know, the Wet n Wild palette that we all loved. Do you remember that one? Yeah. So I think it's a nice palette. It's not standalone though. I was feeling all springy, so while I was there I saw the Wild Nothing palette, and just the spring look on the cover just got me. They got me with the packaging. This is a lighter, fresher kind of shade, and it's got a pretty green in there. It's very neutral, and there's a little bit of pinky red brown. It's light, you know, but there are some shades in here. Let's see, this is the one, I think. Yeah, it's a pretty light green. Let me just go in here, you can see. Yeah, there's some nice shades in here. Again, I think you can make a cohesive eye with this. I like to have a very light ivory matte shade for a base, and then I can layer up, you know, a good transition cream matte shade, and then something dark for the corner. So this has a lot of good colors in it for just a general everyday palette. There's nothing really super special about this though, that I wouldn't, you know, that I would buy it particularly for. These two from ColourPop were what I was trying to use this month, and then this one. You know, when you go into TJ Maxx, the Taste Beauty, I think it's called Taste Beauty, they have a lot of these. The Doritos, this is the Cool Ranch version. They have a hot Doritos which has oranges and reds in it. That did not work for me. But this Cool Ranch version, so cute. You get the, it looks like the bag's been broken open along the edge of the mirror. And then, you know, you've got these. Now the shadow quality here, I don't think it's all that pigmented or all that great. In fact, as far as a blue palette goes, when you compare it to Glamlight, because Glamlight does a lot of this kind of thing too, but Glamlight's shadows, so much better, so much more quality to them. You can even see just by looking here, the quality of the shadows is showing even just in the pans. You know, you can see it. These are a little dull, and I was really surprised they were dull because it is Doritos, you know, and they do have the chip color. And then they've got Cool Ranch. I liked this color here, was kind of an interesting shade. It was, you know, There were a few things in here that didn't make any, like this didn't make any sense, but maybe that's the ranch, the Cool Ranch part, I don't know. But I get a kick out of these palettes, you know, just for the packaging are cute, but you know, if you're choosing, if it's Glam Light, I would buy it because the formula is better. If it's Taste Beauty, not so much. I think they're a little more Five Below makeup kind of stuff, you know, they're not really high quality, but cute packaging, I mean, really. One last palette from ColourPop. I was using this. This is the 1111 palette. And I thought it would be, because people said it was like, I need a nude for cheapskates, and it's not. It's not. The poor man's I need a nude. No, it's not. But you can do a cohesive eye look from this palette. I still like to have a light ivory for a base or a lid shade, and then these can go over the top. It's not bad. Not bad. I have dipped into it a bit. You'll see, you know, I've dipped into it a bit. It's okay. It's not my favorite palette from ColourPop, and it's definitely not I Need a Nude. Yeah. I just wanted to give a little bit of warning. These kinds of colors, people are putting them in their waterline. I saw a video by a doctor who was showing a girl's lined eye. She lined her eye often and she was having eye problems, dry eye for instance. It causes dry eye. If you keep lining on the waterline, the inside of your lash line here on the bottom, there's a lot of oil glands in there for your natural eye, and it's a natural eye replenisher, cleaner. And when you keep putting eyeshadow liners in this waterline, you are actually damaging the oil glands. And the optometrist made this video, and I'll try to find it to link it below, but look for it, you know. It's dangerous to do this, you know, for your eye health. So glitter too, of course. But there are new types of glitter that are out there in some of the palettes that's not plastic. It's mineral glitter. And mineral glitter is actually okay. Plastic glitter, no. Plastic glitter can damage your eyes. I had a really bad eye infection from glitter fallout. And I called the optometrist and they walked me through. They said, you know, if it's really serious, it'll feel like boulders in the back of your eyes, and then you come to us and we'll take care of it. But for general, they recommended artificial tears. Just put that in there for a few days, and they said it should clear it up, and it did. It took 3 days to get over it, but it was glitter that caused it. And I won't use plastic glitter ever again. So a lot of these palettes that have the glitter in them, I don't care if you're using the NYX glitter glue and sticking them on there really tight with your fingers. If they fall into your eyeballs, they can cause some problems. So just for eye health, don't line your waterline with a nude color, and don't wear plastic glitter on your eyes. I wanted to talk about this again because I bought it, I think, in December. This is the Prime Lash PROMETICS. This is the one they advertise on Facebook and on YouTube and everywhere else as being the mascara for old ladies. It's supposed to have all kinds of conditioners and things in it. It leaves a lot of smudge dings on the top of my eyebrow area here, my lid, upper lid. It leaves smudges. It smudges underneath too. It does give you a nice lash initially, and it goes on very soft, but I don't think it's worth the extra money. And I did talk about this a couple months ago. I don't think it's worth it. So if you're going to pay $28 to $30 for a mascara, and if you buy it from them, you have to pay shipping. You can get this on Amazon. They do sell through Amazon, through their own store. And you can save the shipping if you have Prime. But it's for $28. It's $3 more than Thrive. So I'd rather buy the Thrive. And the fact that it left dings on my upper lid is a fail for me. So this Prime PROMETICS was a failure. Also a fail, Laura Geller. I tried this. This is called Always There, something like that. Yeah, Always There Lengthening Mascara. I have that on this side. Doesn't really lengthen very much. I didn't think it was that good. I mean, it wasn't bad. It didn't leave dings on my upper eyes, God bless it, but yeah, the brush itself is very large, so it doesn't really give you a lot of good volume. It does separate, it goes on nicely. I think it's really good for lower lashes. I like the lower lash look from it, but it didn't give me enough volume to make a va-va-voom lash, but it didn't smear. But it's not, you know, I've got the other one on the other side. You can see there's a difference here in my eyes. Yep. So this wasn't really that good. You know, not for the money. So, Laura Geller. And I don't often try a lot of things from Laura Geller. This is Buxom. This is the Full Force lipstick. And this is a plumping lipstick. I don't know why I bought it. I think I thought the color was interesting. And under Sephora lights or the lights in Ulta, it looks better than it is. You do get a little tingle. Most of us are familiar with the lip gloss from Buxom, you know, the White Russian and, you know, Dolly, you know, we use the lip gloss. But the lipstick is a very nice, pleasant cream look to the lips, and it does plump from within a little bit. I like this. And this particular shade, I think I got this at TJ Maxx. This is called Goddess from Buxom. They do have some browner shades. They're like autumn shades. I think that's what they were selling at TJ Maxx that I was in. So, you know, they have a few of them that are kind of browny shades. But I thought this one was fairly nice. It's fairly like an everyday, normal looking lipstick. And it was a really good price point for it. So I picked it up. The Buxom lipstick in Goddess. You do feel a little tingle there. I was watching Andrea. She got the long dark hair. You know, she just had a baby. Well, actually, they just adopted a baby, and they have a little baby too. And she was just introducing her son in her most recent video. But anyway, she said she loves the formula best of any lipstick formula from Too Faced, the Cocoa Bold. And so I went and got the strawberry chocolate shade because I'm influenced too. I'm just as bad as you are. I see somebody say something's their favorite and I'm like, I'll write it down, I'll go get it. I like to see it in the store, so I go to the store to get these things. I don't like to order these things online. Cocoa Bold from Too Faced. This is the strawberry chocolate. And it does have that essence of biting into a chocolate covered strawberry. Mostly the chocolate, but there is an essence of strawberry there. It's not bad. It's tolerable. And it's a pretty shade. Now the formula is cream. It's not real loosey-goosey shiny like I've been used to using. So at first I had to get used to it. It seemed dry to me, but it's not. It's very pretty and it lasts quite a while. So I think it's definitely a nice lipstick formula. Saying it's the best in the world, I'm not sure I would go there, but it was pretty good, and that's what it looks like. And it's expensive though. Yeah, I think it was $30, so I'm not sure. So Sephora acknowledged my birthday. I had told them I was a rouge, and I said, you know, it's my birthday month, and they said, oh, okay. Here, you can choose from these things. And I was like, this is nice. You could choose from hair care, from Way, or you could choose from skin care, or you could choose from makeup. And I chose the KOSAS. You get a lip oil gloss and a brow treatment gel. And I thought, this is a great gift. Holy cow. Yeah, and when you open it, they're separated. So first, this is the Lip Oil Gloss, and the color, I think, is Unbuttoned is the name of the color. Not one I would normally choose. Got a little bit of a citrus kind of wafting to it, but this is Unbuttoned over the top of my strawberry chocolate. Isn't that nice? It's a free gift, I mean, you know. And then the brow stuff is supposed to work like a mascara brow hold. If it's doing something for my brows, that's cool, but it didn't hold them. It didn't hold them up, not at all, like my e.l.f., you know, did in the, yeah, what a nice little birthday gift. I was glad to get that. I don't know if they change them out after 6 months or what, but this was a great birthday gift. Thank you, Sephora. We're almost making amends, but not yet. Okay, eyeliner, Wet n Wild Breakup Proof Eyeliner. I don't know what's going on over there at Wet n Wild, but they're pulling this stuff up really good. Oh my God. Pretty nice, pretty nice. You can make a thick line, a thin line. Wet n Wild Breakup Proof Liner lasts all day through the breakup. Really nice, really nice. So, and I think I talked about it during my Wet n Wild, well, I did a lot of cheap makeup stuff this last month, huh? I did e.l.f., I did Wet n Wild, and I did Dollar Tree. So that's cool. Look at this. It's hard to come off with micellar water. Wow. For hair, I have to talk about this stuff because I'm blown away by it. As you know, I love to use these Topic, the Topic hair fibers in my hair because my hair is thinning rapidly. I'm 66 today. And so my hair is thinning and my scalp shows through, especially after a shower. It's all pink. Well, I found this stuff on Amazon called Vol Hair Thickening Fibers, and I have it in the blonde shade. You get 3 times the amount. 0.88 ounces, and this is 0.42, so you get twice as much. And this is so inexpensive. You literally, let's find a bald spot. It shouldn't be hard to do, Kath. You see them all the time. I'll just put that right there. It just makes the lines disappear. They just disappear. I'm so amazed at this product. It works just as well. Let me pour some on my arm. And then let me pour the Topic. Okay, they look the same. I don't know why. I thought that would be a good angle to put that on, but they look exactly the same. So the light brown in the Topic matches exactly to the blonde in Vol. And this is twice as much for probably a third of the price. So definitely, and it's the same stuff. Can't tell the difference. Hair fibers. And I'm telling you, it makes a huge difference if you've got some spots on your head that show and your hair doesn't cover and you don't want to wear a wig. I tell you, definitely. Hairspray, of course, always. I did want to talk about this beauty, BK Beauty with Risa Does Makeup. I wore these lashes 16 times before they kind of were hard to maneuver anymore. I cleaned them off after every time. Yeah, they started to get worn out at 16. I probably could have gone 17 or 18 tries with them, but I think these are amazing. These are the Martini lashes from BK Beauty. I don't have them on right now because they are gone now, and I'm wearing Goddess perfume. Such a beautiful scent. This is the Burberry scent Goddess. This is like my favorite perfume this year. Really good. Okay, I think that pretty much does it for me. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your time because my videos are so stinking long. Play safe, everybody. Have a wonderful February and March, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care. Have a beautiful day. Toodles. Hello and